Hello guys, this is Mr. Wolf here, and today I decided to remake my top 11 best and worst movies, convert into a top 10 of each year. I may do on other decades, maybe top 10s or top 5s, but it all depends on my viewpoint. In today's video, we're going to focus on the 10 worst movies that come out in 2020. The ones that made me groan, angry, annoyed, whether either leaving the cinema. Wait, scratch it. I watched a lot of these movies from home, so that shouldn't be all that surprising. Now, like I said, this is a subjective, not objective. And keep in mind that I haven't seen every movie to come out in 2020. I haven't seen The Grudge, The Turning, Like a Boss, Cuties, Capone, or many other stinkers. Because there's a chance that the movie that appears on your worst list may not appear on mine. So with all that being said, let's rip the band-aid and hopefully kiss 2020's already gone year out of my existence. This is my top 10 worst movies of 2020. You know it's going to be a fun list when I start with a controversial choice that may get some flack. Because number 10 is The Willoughbys. I'm sorry, I did not like this movie. Hell, this was originally number 4 when I saw it, and a year later got pushed to number 6. That being said, looking back, while I don't think it's as bad as I made it out to be, it's still not a good movie in the slightest. I'll admit, the animation is good. That's actually creative. The voice acting is top notch. And I'll admit I did get some enjoyment from the babysitter. That being said, the problems, the characters are unlikable. The parents were the worst offenders, which made me really angry and made me want to punch them. I mean, I'm glad they got what they deserved at the end, but still, that doesn't make them any better. That being said, that doesn't make the main male character in this entire movie any less of a jerk. Sorry, she tried to shoo off over just being sold. Worse yet is that I wanted to root for him, but he can't because he actually does something so despicable to one of his family. You don't see anything in him. I know many people like this movie. That's fine, but personally, I couldn't stand The Willoughbys. But hey, it's only number 10, and it's better than anything when it comes on this list. Number 9 goes to False Colors, which I like to call it boring action movie. No, really, of all the action movies what I watched, this was the one where I was bored and I nearly forgot about it until I compiled this list. I want to talk about it more, but it's so forgettable. The action is tame, and it feels more like a Lifetime direct-to-video movie than a legitimate action movie where I actually care about the characters. There really isn't much to say, it's just boring. Number 8 and number 7 were difficult to choose, but after thinking about it, I finally knew which one had to make the cut somehow, and number 8 goes to Bloodshot. Like the last movie, this also bored me. However, this one's worse because it has an actor I actually like. Vin Diesel, I'm looking at you. And you know what's interesting, when the trailer spoiled the entire movie. That alone is bad. And the action is boring, and aside from one good shot, most of the film felt boring and uninteresting. The characters aren't worth giving two hoots about. And the villain was so obvious because the trailer, again, spoiled it. There is really nothing to like about Bloodshot. I mean, it may be good for some action fans, but for me, I forgot this one existed, and if it was Vin Diesel wasn't in it, it would not even made the list at all. So, Bloodshot, number 8. Oh god, we got 7 more to go. Please end me already. Now we're getting to the movies I thought were legitimately offensive for me. And I know it's a bold statement to call a movie offensive, but in the case of me, this is not to go animate. Trust me. So number 7 goes to Red Shoes, or that I call it fat shaming the movie. It's filled with stereotypes, unfunny comedy, mediocre looking animation, and just an offensive movie in general. Hell, I already knew who the main male love interest was going to end up being the whole time. Just from one scene alone, it gives it right away, so it's not even that surprising. The villain was terrible. Aside from the decent voice acting, there's nothing worth salvaging about this movie. And trust me, you thought this movie was offensive to people who are fat. This is people who are offensive to women and shit as well. Of people all shapes and sizes, which is even worse because this is a kids movie. Kids are not stupid. Stop treating them like they are. Oh my god. I hate it when movies do stuff like this. When they think they have no intelligence for the viewer and think, hey, it's shame, it's automatically funny. It's not. At worst, this isn't even the worst type of animated film. That's literally at number 3 on this list. And I think there's 3 more after this. Please help me. It's a movie about ink bobbleheads. Number 6 is Bobbleheads the movie. What is there to be said? Saber Spark made an entire video, and it's bad. The animation is beyond ugly. It's nothing short of a Toy Story ripoff, but don't worry because Secret Life of Pets was a Toy Story for Illumination, but that movie turned out fine. The same cannot be said for this dumpster fire of an animated kids flick. The characters are unlikable. None of them are likable, interesting, make a lot of stupid decisions. And I don't even know who this one's even for. I don't even think kids would even like this movie. And if this is the type of stuff that gets given kids to animation, then kids need better entertainment. Subscribe to that. Illumination is a better resource for to take your kids to watch a movie than this. And worst part, there are 2 more animated films that made it in the bottom 5. Oh jeez. Well, that's it for part 1 of the top 10 worst movies of 2020. Join me next time when we look at the final 5 that made me want to suffer and made me wish the worst of myself. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and make sure to click the like and subscribe, and hope you see more.